Thanks, Nico. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Really excited for the boys. I think you could see a real obsession with being on the front foot in this game. We knew the slippery surface, and we saw how teams have struggled here on this field throughout the season, and especially getting on, into the fall and when the temperatures drop, the guys are, everyone's just slipping and stumbling around. So we used that a little bit to our advantage. We tilted the field a little bit, played in their end a little bit more, and then the dominoes started to fall our way. So very impressive for the guys to see the moment and to execute the way they did to set up the tempo of the game in the right way. And then it was about game management. So really proud of the guys. And then Andre comes up massively in a big moment. Elliott's with their set pieces, they're really tough to stop. So it's unfortunate we gave a penalty away, but congrats to Dre again for keeping us the clean sheet here away, in Chicago. So really happy to get to the next round.
Thanks, Bradley. We can start with questions in the room. John?
Thanks, Nico. You knew Chicago was going to throw the house at you to try to win this game. They started Gutierrez and Carnell came back. But
Yeah.
when you saw that Brady was not starting, you talked a moment ago about how much these guys want to seize a moment.
Yeah.
How much did that get maybe even a little more?
Yeah, I mean, credit to the staff. We've seen, yeah, I would say, goal a few times under pressure. We knew that with the field the way it will be, just to put them under pressure and something might happen, right? And something did happen, but that wasn't a massive game plan, wasn't a massive talking point. We've seen, I think, 22 players struggle with the field today. You can't just pin it onto one player, but with the way we defend on the front foot, a little bit proactive and trying to sniff out plays. Credit to Ty and Bruno for doing just that.
And if I can, before I forget, sure there'll be lots of other questions. Mika,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, just unfortunate. We did a little activation this morning, and yeah, it didn't feel right in his knee. And got through the week okay. And we were like touch and go, and we said, we took an extra man just to travel just in case. And yeah, we decided to not risk anything.
Frankie Westfield playing that. The position was maybe new to this club, but maybe not so new to him with what he did at the under 20s. Was there
Yeah.
any of that in that calculation?
No, they roll out a different way. He does it slightly different with the ball. He rolled up as a 10 with the ball, and then sometimes even like as far forward as a second striker. So it wasn't really with the ball that way. It was more against the ball, how Bamba floats in between the lines and causes problems for Danley and Lukic. So that was like a third six just rolling in a little bit deeper at times. So we're able to mitigate that for quite a bit of the game. And then they do have quality. Gutierrez pops up in all spaces. So, but I think it set us up. We clogged the middle of the field, and the guys executed really well.
There was some frustration, I think, fair to say, on both sides over the course of the game. Perhaps no surprise given its intensity, but your guys kept the emotions pretty well
Yeah.
tonight. What does that say about them on top of everything else?
Listen, I mean, any away game in the league is always an emotional roller coaster, and I just thought we took our moments really well, and almost swayed the dominoes onto our side a little bit, and that way it was a little bit easier to control the emotional state of the game. And but credit to the guys with the way we play. Not to give any silly, things away. I know we give away the penalty, but I think for the most part of the game, the guys executed it really well, stayed on their feet, didn't leave the ground, like really mitigated the field and the opponent away from home in a real professional manner.
I think the last one for me is 3 weeks until the next game. I think it is because of the oddity of
Yeah.
how this works. At what point do you start figuring out how to pass a lot of time?
Yeah, well, we'll recover. That's what we'll do. By then hopefully Mika's back fit. There's a couple of guys, Indy couldn't do 90 tonight. So now this just gives us time. And I think sometimes you can use the time to your advantage. And I think we'll use it definitely on this occasion, right? I think we're a mature enough group right now. We've sort of come together over time of the course of the season to know what hurts us and what helps us. And I think the guys will do everything in their power to make sure we do everything that will help us come 22 or 23. Yeah, November.
All right, we can switch over to Zoom. Matt?
Hey Bradley, obviously this game plays out very differently than the first leg, but is there anything that you took away from maybe what you guys didn't do as you would have wanted closing out that game that maybe applied to the mentality today that you think you guys did better?
No, we covered that, I think, with the way we utilized Frankie and then, the way we played, away from home on this field and intentional about what we're trying to do. Yeah, and I think we control field tilt usually in the games, in the opponent's end, but I think it was a little bit more deliberate how we did it tonight. And tonight wasn't about the beautiful 100 possession pass sequences. I don't think this field applied. You could see even what they were trying to do. It just the state of the game and the state of the field dictated what both teams could do. And unfortunately, we couldn't really play our game. They couldn't play their game. It was just a bit of a lottery. But we sort of take opportunities when they come. We're a proactive team on the front foot, and we're trying to force mistakes. And the way the game played out, we were able to create a couple of mistakes.
Todd?
Congrats on the win, Bradley, and congrats on advancing to the next round.
Thank
Can you just talk about the momentum swing with Andre Blake making the penalty save, and then 3 minutes later, you guys go down and get the third goal?
Huge. I mean, there's momentum and swings and sways of a game that determine the outcome. And if we concede a goal there, then we're under pressure, even at 2-1, right? So, and in the last game, we scored a goal. 5 minutes later, we were 2-0 up. When they scored a goal, 5 minutes later, it was 2-2. So these 5 minute little increments of the momentum and sway of the game are vitally important. And credit to Dre. We did our homework with the penalty kick takers, and yeah, Dre guessed right. Oh, right meaning left.
And then the last one for me. You guys have now only conceded 2 goals from open play in your last 6 games. What do you credit that to?
Yeah, hunger, desire, maturity over the course of the season. I said it earlier, the guys seem to be galvanizing in a really good way, positive energy. Everyone at this point of the season understanding roles, responsibilities as they should do by now. Um, and and now there's no hard feelings. If I'm not playing, I think about Jesus Bueno or Raffanello. These guys empty the tank every single day in training. Rafa's worked his way back from injury. And I said to him when he came on, you might run out of time, you might not even get a touch, but just do what's needed. And he was like, no problem, coach, whatever. And I see this unity within the group right now. And it's not quite, you can't quite put your finger on it, but it's a special feeling. And when this special feeling, all around Chester, roaming around with the fans and the team and the staff, the whole front office, when you feel this momentum and support, it almost becomes, yeah, not an autopilot, but it's something that we can really enjoy for the rest of the season now.
All right, and final question to go to Jose Nunez.
Bradley, congratulations.
Thanks.
Break aside. How important is this momentum for Ty to get going once again, scoring this brace? Obviously, relentless pressure and finding himself in a very good spot as well. How much does this help someone like him?
I thought he was excellent with his national team, and the way he came back felt like a weight off his shoulders. And then the way he's been playing, been very productive. It's just been missing. Just think about the run he had when Frankie comes in, plays the cross ball in the last game, like very close to the one touch tie. And we've seen a good shift of energy, positivity, quality. We've seen a lot of things about Ty's game that's getting back to usual. So I'm really happy he's struck at the right time. And yeah, we're going to use this, bottle it up, and then unpack it in 3 weeks' time.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bradley. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Okay, guys.